Good evening, humans. Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Best Action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles SDCC exclusive glow-in-the-dark Super Shredder from the loyal subjects. I cannot resist a Super Shredder figure, and the question is, where the NECA movie Super Shredder was one of my favorite figures of all time, can this hold a candle? Well, let's talk about that. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this is a beautiful figure, and right off the bat, the first thing that caught my eye, the thing was like, okay, not only is it Super Shredder, but there's no way I'm letting this not be in my collection, is that metallic purple. And I don't know how well it's gonna come across with my camera here, but like, it's beautiful. It looks actually just as good as I hoped it would from seeing the promo photos. And yeah, just really nice and reflective. And even the texture of the suit is like very nicely done. It has this kind of woven feel to it. And obviously just tons and tons of sculpt beyond that texturizing. We just got like muscles upon muscles, like as Shredder should look. Shredder should look insanely, Super Shredders in particular, should look insanely ripped. And he does. They absolutely just captured that here, pardon the reflection. Just metallics here are really on point. That silver as well is just like, it's brilliant. It looks great. And just color-wise, I could not ask for more from this figure. I mean, the blacks are nice and deep. That metallic purple just hits right as it should. Pardon me, adjusting my camera here. This is a rather large figure, and yeah, just really, really cool. And you can see the belt. We got the kind of star here, and just like all the paint's very, very clean as well, which is very nice. And yeah, now we even got the cape here, just really nice with the kind of aging to it. It has a weight to it, both literally and visually. So just, yeah, very well done. And the head sculpt, obviously we got, just kind of the darkened out face from the helmet, and I think they did a great job there. The glow in the dark comes in the form of the eyes and some of the effects we're gonna look at in a second. But yeah, just really well done here. Some really nice details here on the back of the helmet as well. And yeah, some really cool stuff. The pretty much critiques I have visually are just that like the hands are a little small, and I don't, again, like trying to get this across, but like, I don't know, they just seem, they seem a little small compared to the rest of the body. It's a weird look. I mean, actually this angle kind of captures that. And that's, I don't know where that comes from, but yeah, it's a little weird. But other than that, everything looks really good. I mean, even the blades here look really nice. They are very, very soft plastic, by the way. A little jarring to be like, oh, okay, well, this is gonna be like the NECA one. It's gonna be pointy, but nope, it's all very, very rubbery. So yeah, there is that. But yeah, visually just a very striking figure. Really nice loadout of accessories, so let's jump right into it. So in terms of hands, right out of the box, we do get those fists. Like I said, they seem a little small, but still very good sculpt, great paint all around as well. Then we get a pair of these kind of very bare, just kind of grasping hands, and these actually go with the effect pieces, but still very nice on their own as well, because that kind of replicates the movie look where he did not have the coverings on the hands. And then we get a left kind of orb gripping hand with the claw, and then a right actual gripping hand with the claw on it. So there is that, and you can see the paint goes all the way on the palm as well, so it's a very nice touch. And so those bare hands go with these effects pieces, and these are part of the glow in the dark effect. And I'm not going to show that off because my setup just really doesn't show it very well. And the glow doesn't seem super, super bright, and part of that is, I think, the fact that it is a colored plastic. And usually when there's a color and it's glow in the dark, it's not quite as bright as if it's that kind of like slightly green, mostly white sort of glow in the dark plastic, which seems to be a little bit brighter. But still really well sculpted effects, and I think they look great. It did take me a while to realize how they fit on the hands, but I did eventually get it. So your thumb goes through here, the rest of the fingers are here, and then kind of your pinky finger goes, the pinky finger goes through there. So it does work, but yes, that's our effects pieces. And then we get a couple of weapons. So we get the mace, which we have seen with the toy version of Super Shredder. Very nicely done here, like the wraps are painted, the wood grain we got going on here, very, very nice. And then the actual business end is very well done with that perfect level of silver and just really nice sculpted studs and claws going on here. So yeah, just really good detail going on. Then we get this awesome scimitar style sword. And again, that brilliant silver coming in. Then we get a skull with a couple of blades coming off of that and some spikes. And then we get the nice matte black handle. So just very, very nice looking sword. And then finally, we just get a card, which I haven't taken out of the plastic, but just the promo shots of the Super Shredder here at the front. And in the back, we get kind of a little bit of a bio and another promo shot. So that is accessories. Articulation here is definitely very nice, especially for what we've seen from Best Action so far. But there is definitely some stuff to talk about. So let's dig in. And I am in a freestanding kick. However, there's definitely some assistance here from the cape, and it still looks like a great pose. But part of that is there's definitely a lot of loose joints here, and that makes me sad. It's an easy fix, but you know, it is still one that you got kind of be a little more conscious of. So that, pardon my constant adjusting camera in this video, but again, it's just a larger figure. So our head, unfortunately, we're going still with just a straight up ball joint in this line, it feels like. Like there's definitely no hinge in there. So we're not getting any up, especially with the sculpt of that helmet. We do get a little bit of down. And of course we're getting rotation and a wee bit of tilt, but nothing really notable. So there's that. We do have butterfly joints here. Not incredibly generous, but they are there, and they definitely add, I think, to the overall presentation here. Then our arms come up, but he is so incredibly swole. Those delts are so ridiculous that like he's running into the sculpt here at the top of the trap. And yeah, so we're not even hitting a T, we're hitting kind of a A-ish. We do have bicep swivel. We do have double jointed elbows, which bring us to about there. We have hinge and swivel, all horizontal. Then we get my favorite, or not my favorite setup. So we get a ball joint here at the diaphragm, and then we get a swivel here at the waist. So our crunch is actually better than I had kind of hoped for. That actually looks very, very nice. And we do get some pretty nice arch back and a lot of tilt, but this is very, very loose. And especially with the weight of this cape, it just kind of flops around, which is a wee bit sad. Again, I'm gonna probably put some Kiki's joint fix on there, try and kind of tighten that up a bit, see where I get. Then we get to the waist, and of course, that is swivel. We get to the hips, and insane range, perfect splits. But as you can see, can't even hold the leg up. Really, it kind of takes a little bit of work. And again, just loose joints, so another fix, but still not too bad. We do get a nice big boot, so coming out to 90 pretty much on the front kick. We do get thigh swivel, double jointed knees, bringing us to about there, not completely in half, but fully as much as they need to be. And I feel it's worth noting here, especially because it's articulation. So we have our knee joint, and it's one of those, it's not a single disc here, it's actually two separate pieces. And I don't think that's coming across too well on camera, but okay, you might be able to see it there. So that's pretty cool. Then we come down the legs, and or the lower legs rather. We do have some very nice point. Got a little bit of forward, and then some nice rocker. Unfortunately, we do not have a shin or boot cut, which I think would have helped certainly with some low stances, but overall, that's articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with a NECA Movie Super Shredder and a Super 7 TMNT Ultimate Shredder, with various Turtles lines, with some Hasbro and some Mattel, with some imports, with some monsters. Finally, with articulated icons, Oni and yours truly in human form as a Velaverse Action Force figure. So my final thoughts on the Best Action Super Shredder figure from the loyal subjects is that this is definitely a cool figure. If you're a fan of Super Shredder as I am, like it's definitely worth picking up. However, it definitely kind of falls short on a couple points. I mean, loyal subjects definitely seems to be finding its footing in this scale, and that is completely legit. And you know, I think there's a lot of great stuff. This figure, a lot of good stuff about this figure. This figure is gorgeous. The accessories are great. It's just the loose articulation, and I think the fact that the cape isn't removable and the fact that we don't have kind of a boot or ankle cut kind of detracts a little bit here, just kind of, not greatly, but definitely enough to where it kind of gives me pause. And you know, I'm happy I have it. However, in terms of recommending it, again, I would reserve that for like, if you're totally into super shredder like I am, definitely pick this up. But you know, if this just kind of looks cool to you and you kind of want to test it out, maybe check out some of Loyal Subject's other best action stuff to kind of see what you think. So that being said, this is still available on Big Bad Toy Store, so I'll have that link in the description below if you are so interested. You know, definitely check it out if, you know, this is something that appeals to you, and if not, then it's probably an easy pass. But beyond that, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining. If you did, I hope to see you back, because I do multiple reviews a week of action figures related to tokusatsu, dinosaurs, monsters, pro wrestling, and more. So come on back, let's talk some more toys. Let's just escape the world for a while and just enjoy action figures, because they're awesome. And yeah, so I hope to see you back. And ultimately, I just hope you are well. I hope that all of your toy dreams come true. And most importantly, I hope that you and yours stay weird, simians.